Hello and welcome to Guardian Realms, a trading card game that's available on Tabletop Simulator and soon to be standalone as its own physical game and digital. I'm Blake, I'm the developer of this game, and today I'm going to be showing you how to actually build your own deck and get started playing the game. There'll be a series of videos that you can view in this playlist. Take your time with it, learn the game, learn all the nuances that we'll be going over, and I'll see you in Guardian Realms. Make sure that you get Tabletop Simulator, download the mod to play today. So let's get started building the deck. We've got all your cards here, and I'll have to explain each one. Just kidding, there's 218. I'll explain all 4 different types, and we'll get started that way. So before I talk about how to build the actual deck itself, you've got 4 card types. You've got Equipment, Effect, Guardian, and Field cards. Equipment's very simple. These cards basically just attach to your Guardian and give them some kind of buff. It could be something as simple as gain 5 attack, or give them some kind of ability. Crucially, with playing these kinds of cards, they are attached to your Guardian when they're fielded, which means that if the Guardian's defeated, this card goes along with it to the discard pile. But we'll move on to the effect cards, and the effect cards are very similar. You could use these cards to also apply some sort of buff or some sort of benefit to a Guardian card. But sometimes these cards can affect the whole field of play, or just simply give you some kind of benefit in your match. Now, one thing about these effect cards is most of them are discard on use, but some of these cards do have some kind of effect that is long-lasting and stays on the field until the effect is fulfilled. Now, a big difference between effect cards and equipment cards is simply if the effect card is long-lasting and it hasn't fulfilled its effect yet, it stays in play. Even though it's on the board without a Guardian, it does stay in play. But a Guardian Realms deck wouldn't be anything without the Guardians. These are effectively the core of the game. You'll be using these cards to attack, to defend your own bases. There's about 100 of these cards at the time of recording, and you can see that each one has an attack, a health, and a summon point. Some of them have different unique abilities like passives or abilities themselves. And on your side of the field, you can have up to 3 of these kinds of Guardians on the field in play. But we do still have one more category, and that is field cards. Field cards are effectively field-wide effect cards. They each have a duration, so each card will have a different time frame that they can stay on the board. And each single one of these affects the entire board, the entire field. These can be really powerful if you've really built your deck correctly, but unless otherwise stated, all of these cards affect every single Guardian in play. So be wise about your choices with field cards, is all I have to say. So now that you know all the categories of cards, you've got to actually build your deck. So a deck consists of 25 cards. 10 of those cards must be Guardians, at minimum. Now, all 4 of these categories also have different rarities. You've got common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary. There are also mythicals that we'll be soon talking about as the game progresses. In your decks, you can have an unlimited variety of commons. They can be doubles, they can just be a full deck of 25 if you really wanted to. But the other rarities all have a different restriction. So uncommon, for example, is restricted to 5 cards per type. Meaning I could have 5 of these Guardian cards, but I could also have 5 of these field cards if I really wanted to. Rare cards are very unique in that they are restricted to 3, but specifically with Guardian cards, you cannot have doubles. You can have double rares with any other category, so I can have, for example, 3 of these crab juices. I love crab juice. But I cannot have 3 of these Turtmandos. And as we get to the next rarity, epic card or higher is restricted to 1 card per type. Again, meaning that I can have 1 of these epic Guardians, I can have 1 of these epic field cards, I can have 1, and so on and so forth. So that's the general crux of it, so let's get started with actually building a deck here.